What is going on, fight fans and full-time family? This is one of those topics I really don't want to touch on because it's literally he said, she said. It's Curtis Blaydes and what's her name, Pearl Gonzalez going back and forth on Twitter, and I kind of just fucking die a little bit inside when I have to cover a Twitter beef. I used to enjoy it because I just wanted, I knew it was drama and ad pennies, and I used to care about ad pennies. So I just, this might, be interesting. People, no, I don't like covering gossip. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like he said, she said. Oh, and then he said this. Oh, she fired back with this. But this one I did find interesting because Pearl Gonzalez was on some straight up fucking bullshit, and I know all the simps and the fucking little beta males are gonna come out and be on her side. She could have came out and fucking took a bite of a fucking dog turd and called Curtis Blaydes a fucking N-bomb, and people would have still took Pearl Gonzalez's side because they're little fucking beta simps, and that's just the hard reality. Pearl Gonzalez was completely in the fucking wrong here. Curtis Blaydes was speaking his own opinion. If the shoe fits, wear it, motherfucker. Pearl Gonzalez put that shoe on and wore it. She put the shoe on and stepped in shit. Curtis Blaydes was just on his, I'm not even going to cover their whole thing. They fucking wrote paragraphs. I'm just going to give you a synopsis of what happened. Curtis Blaydes was just out here saying, hey, there's nothing wrong with being a female fighter. I encourage it. If you're going to get your accolades off of your fighting achievements. But if you're going to be out here on social media with your titties and your ass out and over-sexualizing yourself, then don't complain whenever fighters or fans only want to see your naked pictures and they don't care about your fighting. That's how you advertised yourself. That's all he said. He didn't say anything is wrong with doing that. He's just saying you can't have your cake and eat it too. You cannot just post fucking over-sexualized photos and then get mad when the fans over-sexualize you. You can't. That's like fucking going to the pool and not wanting to get wet. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's you can't do that. And so Pearl Gonzalez, oh, here's a man. Of course you men think us women just, you know what I'm saying? The typical entitled, didn't even pay attention to what Curtis Blaydes was saying. And she talked about Curtis Blaydes and how he was talking. She didn't know Curtis Blaydes had a speech impediment. That's why I say she stepped in dog shit. Because Curtis Blaydes, if you know him, if you've listened to his interviews, man, just a sweetheart. A fucking gentle giant. UFC Curtis Razor Blaydes, one of the most devastating fighters in the heavyweight division as far as his fighting is concerned and what he can do to you from the top position. But he's a fucking sweetheart. And he's got a speech impediment, and you can tell he's kind of had anxiety from that, and he just seems like somebody that I would be super cool with. Somebody that might have used to get bullied. I like people like that. I like sticking up for people like that. But Curtis Blaydes definitely don't need me to stick up for him. In a debate, I will. In an intellectual conversation, I'll stick up for my guy against a motherfucker like Pearl Gonzalez who overstepped her boundaries just because she's a hot chick and used to getting everything she wants and everyone catering and simping to her. You were in the wrong here. Pearl Gonzalez was just mad that she sucks at fighting. Sorry I said it. Yeah, she's better than fucking a cardio kickboxer. She's better than some girl that's going to start tomorrow. She's decent. She's not an amateur. But if you want to talk about high-level MMA fighting, Valentina Shevchenko, Tatiana Suarez, Rose Namajunas, any of these top-level championship contender, former champions, that's never been Pearl Gonzalez. She couldn't even fucking sniff the top 15 in the UFC, let alone a top 5. But what she can do is get a bunch of likes on her Instagram when she posts pictures jump roping in a fucking bra. Or if she posts some pictures in some lingerie, she'll get a bunch of likes. And so and with attention does come opportunity. Now that's something that we could talk about with Curtis Blaydes. Hey man, attention brings opportunity. Look at Conor McGregor. You know, look at CM Punk. And not to say that they're the same fighter, but Conor McGregor wasn't the most well-rounded fighter in the world when he got all of his opportunities and fought Floyd Mayweather and all. He wasn't the most. He didn't have, you know, the most credentialed resume. He wasn't the most well-rounded fighter. A lot of it came from his trash talk. CM Punk, the opportunity he got to be on a pay-per-view, it's the same thing Pearl Gonzalez and them are doing. They're building their name outside of fighting, but they're doing it with their sexuality. You know, CM Punk can't come out and say, oh, you guys shouldn't be mad that I was in the WWE and I'm getting an opportunity. Yeah, Curtis Blaydes is busting his ass, working twice as hard, putting legends down, and he's got to play this waiting game. He can't even get an interim title shot while he's fucking knocking out the Mark Hunts of the world and the Overeems of the world, you know, title contenders. He still wasn't even getting the interim shot. He had to still fight Ngannou after that shit. And so that's all he's talking about, man. It wasn't nothing against Pearl Gonzalez. She just took this personal. She got mad. He was saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. He didn't even say Pearl Gonzalez. You know, he's talking about Paige Van Zandt, Rachel Ostovich, two of the people he specifically mentioned. And that's what it is, man. You ever heard somebody say if the shoe fits, wear it? That's all this was. He said something out in the air. She got offended because it fits her, and she fired back. And the reason that I really wanted to make this video is because she talked about his speech impediment. She thought she was being funny. You can't even say your sentences right, and you're worried about our sexualism. You're worried about us? He's like, I got a speech impediment, you jackass. And she tried to come back. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a speech impediment. I didn't mean to. No. That's exactly. You were quick to make fun of somebody who's got a speech issue, but you don't want somebody just to talk about it, the unfairness of getting opportunity by over-sexualizing yourself. This is supposed to be a professional sport. You don't fucking see LeBron James having to go out there and swing his fucking dick around on a pole to get a NBA championship. He goes out there and wins. He goes out there every day. He don't have to come out here on social media and start a fucking beef with Kevin Durant to get a fucking ring. He don't have to fucking go out here and have a fucking, you know, he don't have to do that because it's a professional sport. You play the regular season, then you get into the playoffs, kind of like PFL, and you earn your way to the title. It's not off of anything out. It's not because you can post titty pictures on Instagram, and it's not because you can fucking talk trash and Ireland loves you. It's not because you came from the WWE. It's not because you're fucking Muslim and you've got 1 million fans behind you. It's based off how good you are as an athlete. And that's where Curtis Blaydes' frustration comes from, and some of these other fighters who aren't good at trash talking, or some of the lady fighters who aren't as attractive, who can't just post titty pictures and ass shots all day, and so they gotta go through the fucking meat grinder that is the MMA rankings to get an opportunity and get a paycheck. While you're getting sponsorships by posting them in between your tits, like, oh, look at my new CBD oil, not my tits, and getting opportunities. Yeah, that's why Curtis Blaydes is pissed. And you probably shouldn't be talking about his fucking speech impediment. Alright, guys. I end my rant. My rant's over. I digress. If you want to see their whole he said, she said, and read all their paragraphs, go ahead. I've said my spiel on it. And, yeah, man, Curtis Blaydes was he didn't do anything wrong here. Pro put the shoe on and wore it. She got offended. It is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out.